boat this side, although they've got a disadvantage on the start. Expect Schuring to get out quickly and go. That's in the red boat from Austria. There she is, Renata Chai.
And off they are. And as we are used to see, it's the far end side that is fastest out. It's more current there in the water. It's better flow. And it's Hungary that is with Renate Shea that is in the lead, and I think she is eager now after yesterday's failure.
Eager's one word, Stefan. Scared could be another. You know, she doesn't know anymore that she can win this race. She's starting to doubt. It was really unfortunate there that those good Hungarians were on the right-hand side of the course, especially for Alberti Sakali and Schuring Szabo on this side, because they have to make their way across. And we've seen it all weekend. There's no doubt that this side of the start line is at a disadvantage. So it looks like...
You can explain why, maybe.
The flow is greater on the far side. That's for certain. But I think even the aligning of that start line might be wrong. I mean, it's 2 lengths, isn't it? They're losing on that far side. So you've got Purchase and Ward there. They've done a great start in the blue boat. Fantastic from them. Hogan and Iray, I think, is the second yellow boat there.
Yes.
And Renata's Chai and Alexandra Barras right there. So great start from Hogan and Iray. Like I said, world surf ski champion and bronze medalist in the 1,000 meters. They've got pedigree. They've both been in these races before. I know Iray's come 4th in this before, which is a painfully horrible position to come. That was way back in Rome, and also in that race, Hogan was 8th in a different crew. So they've been here before. I'm loving what Ward and Purchase are doing there. They've done really well. But strange tactic from Chai after yesterday. She's trying to break them already. And yesterday she did that, and it came back to bite her in the end. So she obviously hasn't lost any of her confidence from yesterday.
She told me she had problems with her hands, and that was the main reason that she had to pull out. Yeah, not pull out, but losing ground.
But you did say she considered pulling out at one stage around the course.
Exactly.
Which from a spectator's point of view is almost unthinkable. Oh, and great news for Great Britain. That's Faye Lamp for Lizzie Broughton there in 4th position. Tucked in the back there. Turns are going to be tough today. But that is great news for us, and it looks like Faye is doing a cracking job around this turn. If she can latch onto the side of the Hungarians, that would be a real coup. Come on! A little bit of bias there from the commentator. You've got the South Africans in there, and they're not work shy. Kaita Purchase, she had so many positive comments coming in on the Facebook earlier in the week before her junior race. She didn't deliver what the South Africans thought she would deliver there, which was a medal. But here she is mixing it with the big guns. And any junior that can mix it with the big guns is going to be good at some stage. It's just a matter of time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember the interview you had with her after her, I think, 4th place in the K1. She said, no, she's got another year as junior where she's going to hopefully win the junior race. And here she is in the senior race. And it's like a bomb's gone off behind them. That's Sakali. No, that's her. That's Kozikova in the left. And Sakali, the blue shirts behind them. And they're a long way behind. Even the second group, they're a long way behind.
Yes.
So there's the Hungarian boat that had a bit of a disaster. They're going around the top turn now. That's a long, long way behind for them.
Very long.
They're going to be very disappointed. It's hard. We haven't got. Oh, we have got them. They're 2 minutes 3 seconds behind at that top turn. Misko and Braun. The only people they're ahead of is Cavana and Ibanez from Argentina. So they've got to work through the whole field. Disappointment, from my point of view, for Schuring and Szabo. They're in 12th place, 1 minute 41 down. They're going to have no impact on this race. Piazza and Maffioli from Italy, also pretty poor in 13th place. And going through the full list, we got Chai Barra, in first. Purchase Ward second. Ray Hogan third. Lamp Broughton, Great Britain fourth. Kozikova Hrachova, Czech Republic fifth. Alberti Sakali, potential winners in sixth. Some 40 seconds off the pace. The gap back to that second group, still 20 seconds at the bottom turn. It hasn't increased much.
No,
And then a further 20 seconds back to the second group, to the second chasing group, that is. So 20 seconds between this pair and the chasing three, and a further 20 seconds back to two of the strongest crews in the race in currently fifth and sixth position. Oh, no rush.
Nice and easy, very safe.
So we'll get an idea of how stressed they look as they come past us. They're directly in front of us now. Renata looks okay. Barra looks waved to the crowd, but she didn't look that comfortable.
Oh, they have been doing quite a rapid race. But now it's up to much more. It's close to 30 seconds, I think.
It looks a little bit longer than the 20 we had at the last checkpoint, which was
absolutely.
at the bottom turn. That's Ray and Hogan going through. Faye Lamp, Lizzie Broughton with them. Purchase and Ward with them. That's a good solid group work-wise. There's three crews there that are more than happy to put in work.
Absolutely.
So that's a
How
good
many
sign
seconds
for
is
them.
it now?
At the Portage, it was 24 seconds.
24 seconds, okay.
And now, closer to them now, is the chasing two, Sakali, Alberti. Alberti looks to be limping a bit. She's got an ankle that's strapped up, but she doesn't look comfortable there at all. Kozikova, Hrachova, they're only 41 seconds down on the winners, which means they are 16 seconds down on the group in front of them.
And
my maths was failing me there.
Kozikova was 40 seconds behind also
She did get to 40.
Yesterday.
Yep.
She didn't realize that herself, actually,
Right.
when I interviewed her. She said, no, I was never more than 15 seconds behind. So,
Pretty sure she was more than 15 seconds
it was
behind.
40.
The second South African crew there, 609, Arthur and Tutton. Spanish crew, 605, Villaci and Fernandez. They've just come through. Villaci and Fernandez fifth in this race in Copenhagen. Not so good in Oklahoma. I haven't got a result for them, so maybe they either didn't race or they were outside the top 10. And they were sixth at the Europeans, which in that field probably isn't a great result either. So maybe they're not on great form. But here's the chasing pack, Ward and Purchase. So in this pack, actually, we've got three South Africans. We've got Ward and Purchase there. The front of the yellow boat is Michelle Ray. She's only just moved out to America recently to become their national coach. She's partnered by her own athlete, Maggie Hogan, third in the World Championships. So there's the leaders, Chai and Barra. Up until yesterday, I would have said that position was unassailable, but we saw what Kozikova did yesterday. Over the last 3 laps of the race yesterday, she absolutely ate into the lead that Chai had built up. And this race is not over by any stretch. So, Michelle Ray prepared to do her share of the work. Maggie Hogan providing a bit of strength in the back there. Both quality paddlers.
And Ward and Purchase is currently leading the hunting party. Or chasing party, maybe.
Chasing party, yeah. Yeah, every time that Chai goes around one of these turns, that gap, to be fair, can't ever look big enough for her, can it? She hasn't got that security that she's had for so long that chase group won't catch her up. She doesn't know that anymore.
Exactly. I think she is very eager to increase the gap all the time now, and her support crew might give her back times all the way around.
The first time she goes around a turn and that chasing group is closer, that is going to put a lot of doubt into her head.
Absolutely.
But you can see the gap. It's big. Chai and Barra coming upstream. We still haven't seen the chase pack. There they are. They're still going downstream. Hogan and Ire leading. The Italians the Italians have made contact with the group now. They're dropping back when Kozikova was leading. They've caught up. The pace has been slowed a bit by the Americans there. The Italians struggling. There's a coming together. There's a big coming together there with Ward and Purchase and Sicali, Alberti. I'd say that's the Italians' fault there. Jenna Ward got the best of it. She's going to come out of the turn in second place. Kozikova third. And it's the Italians who are picking up the leftovers again. The Italians need to duck back into the back of this group, not be on the side, unless they fancy their chances of taking on Purchase and Ward. In front of us now, Chai and Barra. They've put over a minute into the chase pack now. Surely over a minute is enough, Stefan.
I don't think so. It's still a race. You never know. Let's see how much that is now.
Wow. So we've just had a message come through from the production team that the wind is predicted to get up to about 50k an hour here later today. Now that's strong in anyone's terms. And luckily the river's very sheltered, it's tree lined. So it's not going to affect the athletes too much, but it will be a fairly hefty headwind when they're coming back down the long side of the course. There's side of the course, the downstream side with no portage. And they're not going to enjoy it, but it shouldn't affect the results too badly. But here we go, in shot, Alexandra Barra, Renata Chai. Here they come into the portage. Always cautious on her portages, Renata. And I really like that. Someone that quality is still aware enough and humble enough to not take chances. So they're running through. Actually, Barra looks a little bit better on this lap. It's Chai that looks a little bit fatigued. Barra's looking a little bit more sprightly than she did. You see on the previous portage. Well, they're still looking behind though. Barra's still got eyes going backwards towards the chase pack. Really, at this stage, you almost want to forget that chase pack's there and just crack on. We're going to see as they run past the sensor, which they're doing now, and I'm totally wrong. It's 1 minute and 8 seconds. So
exactly the same speed.
The same as they were before.
So it's exactly the same speed between the two, but now the Czechish couple is moving. I think Italy will have trouble to follow there now.
Italy's been struggling all day, and yep. So the gap was exactly the same as it had been. I've never let the facts get in the way of a decent commentary, that's for sure. And my lack of good information there was, well, typical of most of this weekend, I think. But the fact is I mean well. So here comes the South Africans, Purchase and Ward. Great Britain also coming in for a drink swap. All done very smoothly. Oh, having said that, they just struggled to get the drink over Lizzie Broughton's head. I think that was James Smythe. The place is covered in dust at the moment. It's really a little bit, oh, I'm going to say unpleasant, Stefan, sitting here at the moment.
It is.
I mean, I enjoyed it so far, but this is it's getting a bit much now.
And the big screen there, hanging in a big crane, is swinging in the wind now.
They've had to lower that down to ground level this morning because of the wind. So they're in shot. Purchase and Ward just grabbing the drinks they've been given at the portage, handing over to Great Britain crew, Lizzie Broughton, Faye Lampf. They've been together as a crew for a long time now, and they've had some great results. Today, unfortunately, is not going to be their medal, but it's still a great paddle from them.
They had a 4th position last year.
Faye Lamb from Way Kayak Club in Guildford. Lizzie Broughton from Richmond Canoe Club.
I said
Lizzie really made her great strides into her performance when she was coached by Steve Baker, who used to race with us, Stefan, back in the day.
Yeah.
He was the one who really got her from being a very good endurance but averagey type paddler up to being the paddler she is today. And big up to Steve Baker there. You have done a great job.
Coming in now to the 5th Portage is Renate Shea and Alexandra Barra. Still one more full lap to go, and then the short
in
lap.
Front of them is the Argentinian crew. They're just about to be lapped. It's not going to be much fun for them, but at least they get to join the front of the race for a short time. That's Cavana and Ibanez from Argentina. But today it's all about Renata Che. Running through for a drink and a pat on the back.
They look very controlled.
They don't look totally fresh though, do they?
No.
Renata
not totally,
does
not totally
like
fresh, but controlled.
They're very controlled.
Yeah. Concentrated and controlled. One more lap to go, and we'll see how many seconds it is now.
And Barra, they're through the sensor. Well, now we have to wait for the chase pack to come through before we can give you a split time. And hopefully we'll get the as the paddlers come through. It looks like the Czechs have pulled away just a fraction from the Italians. Maybe they're intending to make a move after this portage. They've come in about a length and a half clear. So the Czechs out, up and running. Italians slow to get out the boat, and now they're stopping to empty the boat. So they've got problems. They didn't actually empty anything out of it either. So that was, there's shouting going on, there's stress going on.
It's 1:21 now. 1 minute 21 seconds, so the gap increases.
When things are bad for you and you feel rough, Stefan, what better feeling is there than swearing at your support crew? Isn't that? That's just a marvelous, marvelous release for you. Nothing's wrong, but I just want to have a good swear at you.
Did they do that?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. There's some poor guy stood there. All he's doing is trying to help. And he's just got a complete mouthful from Koziskova, and we're getting a message coming through that maybe the swearing was all about a problem they might be having with their steering. So we've got somebody who's just about to go and check that out for us. I doubt if it's too significant because they did continue on. So as they come through, Chai Barrow were first. Kozikova and Herchova 1 minute 21 behind. Alberti Sikali 10 seconds behind that due to emptying the boat. Lamp Broughton through now, 2 minutes 39 down, a minute on the chase too. Ray Hogan right on their tail, and with them Purchase and Ward. So it's a group of 3 now to chase down 4th position. So Hogan and Iray, I saw Iray at the World Surf Ski Championships a couple of years ago, and with only 5 or 6 minutes to go to the finish in the doubles, she was a long way down, and she hauled back that deficit stroke by stroke and visibly. It was one of the most impressive bits of paddling I'd ever seen. She was paddling with Tim Jacobs of Australia at the time, and I wouldn't fancy my chances against her at this stage in a race, to be fair.
And now the ladies have passed the upper turn. We have them on the graphics there.
And on screen.
And within a minute we'll see if the gap has increased or not.
I think at this stage, Stefan, whether the gap's increased or not is fairly irrelevant. It's not gonna close to a state where the race becomes tense for gold at least, but it is certainly tense for silver and bronze.
About 20 minutes more to paddle. So without an accident, it shouldn't be possible to close that gap.
I think even with an accident, you've got time to recover. Even a swim here should be okay. Got 614, I think, viewers currently logged in to watch this. I misunderstood the information coming in. 614 is actually the number of Chai and Renata.
At 22 kilometers,
Here
it is a gap of 1 minute 22 seconds now.
So their day's work is almost done. I think we're going to see a few waves to the crowds here.
Absolutely so. It's just under a kilometer more to paddle for them, coming into their final portage during this World Championships. Renate Shea, Alexandra Bara, the final portage of this year's championships, and it will be a gold medal finally for Renate Shea here on her home turf in Győr, Hungary. Renate Shea, Alexandra Bara cheering the crowd, and are met by thousands of people just cheering. It's great. It's a really great atmosphere.
I think it would have been fitting if they'd actually stopped and bowed to the crowd there. They've got time to do it, and it would have been a great photograph to have on the last of her portages. I mean, this could be the last World Championship portage we ever see her do, and it would be sad. It's a sad thought, but to stop on the portage and actually take a bow there would have been, I think,
Absolutely amazing.
an absolutely brilliant sight to see. So they're off and running.